Hey, what's up? I'm Lauren. If you're new here, I'm a surface pattern designer and textile designer. And in this video, I am going to give you my top 10 recommended books for textile design. Throughout this video, if you want to buy any of the books, check out the links in my description down below. You can go over to my resources page over on my website and find the links there as well. All right, let's dive into the video. So the very first textile design book I ever bought was Textile Design, 200 Years of European and American Patterns Organized by Motif, Style, Color, Layout, and Period by Susan Meller and Joost Elfers. So during the introduction, they give you kind of a brief summary of sort of the history of textiles. They go over different printing techniques and all of that. So the very first section is on florals, and they explain in the textile industry patterns of richly colored, delicately petaled roses and patterns are referred to as florals. And so from there we go into all of the different types of florals, starting with airbrush all over non-directional. And they just give you lots of examples of different florals from the 1800s to the 1950s and the country as well, so you can see where the influence originated. These are all in the florals section. So florals is a really big part of textile design. 2, they have geometric, and they go through all of the different geometric designs and kind of explain what they're all about, where they originate, what the influence is, and all of that. So this is an amazing book for textile design. If you are interested in learning more about textile design, I highly recommend it. If you're more interested in learning the print and pattern side of the textile business, I highly recommend these 3 books next. They are Print and Pattern Geometric, and Print and Pattern Nature, all by Bowie Style, who's the author of the Print and Pattern blog over on Blogspot. So you can see just a quick flip through of the different types of designs that are in each of these, organized. Of course, this one is by Nature, so it's all going to be botanicals and florals and different motifs that you can find in nature. This book is all about geometric designs, so we'll just give you a quick flip through as well, so you can kind of get an idea of what you are buying if you choose to go with this book. So really anything that originates in shapes is going to be this book. And this one, I believe, is the first book that they came out with, which is a hodgepodge of all the different categories, highlighting a lot of amazing different artists. So this is an incredible resource to have. So highly recommend anything by Print and Pattern. The Pattern Source book is another little treasure of a book by Drusilla Cole, and it is organized by introduction, patterns, contacts, and acknowledgments. And it just has a wide variety of different pattern inspirations and different types of motifs, different types of styles, and it really is just an amazingly curated, well-curated little book. So highly recommend this one as well if you're looking for more pattern inspiration. The next book that I recommend is Textiles, 5,000 Years, edited by Jennifer Harris. And this is an awesome book, especially if you're wanting to learn more of the construction and weaving side of the textile business. So it goes over a lot of different techniques and different kinds of weaving. It goes over what is lace, all these different types of history where it's going into Palestinian embroidery here, Central Asian textiles, Byzantine silk, Central and North Europe, So it just gives you a really great, like almost like an art history of textiles. So highly recommend this book if you are more into learning the weaving side of things and the history of textiles. The next book is the Complete Pattern Directory. It is 1,500 designs from all ages and cultures by Elizabeth Wilhide. So this book is really an amazing little treasure as well. It is divided up into a lot of different sections. So we start out with flora, we go into fauna, we go into geometric in chapter 3, pictorial, and then chapter 5 is abstract. So she's able to categorize all these different patterns into different groups, and we see a lot of different history here as well. As you can see, this is from 2015 and this is from 1877. So it's amazing how she's able to really curate this book. And if you're looking for a type of style within pattern, then this is a great book to look at, because it's got all different kinds. It has modern, it has neoclassical, it has different abstract, geometrics, it has all the types of florals and fauna. So it's just a really amazing little book to buy. Now, one of the most important figures in textile design is William Morris. So I've also found this little book, William Morris's Flowers, and it is by Rowan Bain. Yeah, Rowan Bain. So William Morris is one of the most influential figures in textile design, and that's why it's important to look at his work and just understand his life and how he really changed the industry. So again, if this isn't your style, it might not be relevant to you, but if you are especially looking for an in-house job in textile design, then this is a great book to have so that you understand more about the history of textile design and how textiles were developed. The next book that I highly recommend is one of my absolute favorites. It's Color Moves, Art and Fashion by Sonia Delany. And this book is just really all about her work, and so it is pretty specific to her work and her life, but I'm just absolutely obsessed with her work. And again, just like William Morris, she is an important figure within textile design and fashion, so it's an important one to know. It's edited by Matilda McQuaid and Susan Brown. So I'm just going to flip through really quick so you can kind of see some of the designs that she did, and just, I mean, this might not be your aesthetic, but I mean, she was just really revolutionary within textile design, so highly recommend this book as well if you are looking to get a job in textile design. Last but not least, I wanted to show you my favorite book on patterns for textile designers, and this is by Peter Koepka. And this is a guy that I met at the design library, and so this is an amazing little warehouse full of basically a library of different textiles, and different companies and retailers will rent out patterns from the design library, or potentially they have some that are also just for sale. And this book was just put together in such an incredible way. I love just all the thought that went into it. This stitching is a really great detail. And the book is divided into these sections, so you can see how the pages are actually shorter here at the beginning, and then in the middle, and then they're the longest for section 3. So I absolutely love all the thought and details that went into creating this book. The design library is amazing. If you ever get a chance to check it out, you totally should. This is what the design library looks like inside. So again, you can rent any of these textiles, and you usually rent them for 1 to 2 years, use them for your company, and then you give them back. So that's the way that the design library works. Now in section 2, all of these different patterns are categorized by motif, and so they kind of came up with their own little way to categorize all of these designs, and they're just really amazing. You can see this really beautiful textile that fits into the distressed category, and so if you want pattern inspiration, then this is an amazing book to have. Section 3 is all about the creatives, and it kind of focuses more on their customers and what different customers do with the textiles that they rent. So let's say, for example, let's see here. This is the design library resource for Clinique, and Clinique used it and ended up turning it into this packaging design. So that just gives you a really cool idea of what different retailers do, but the design library has so many textiles that it just made sense for them to make a book just full of all the different pattern inspirations throughout history. And here they give you as well paper impression, late 18th century to early 19th century, and where it came from. It's from France, so you can get like the date and what country it originated from. This is my absolute favorite book on pattern and textile design because it just really encompasses everything, and I love the way that it's organized by motif as well. So I hope that gave you some good insights for what the best textile design books are to buy. Of course, I haven't been able to look at every single one out there, so if there's a favorite textile design book that you love that may be different from this list, leave me a comment below and let me know. As always, guys, you can follow me on Instagram over at Lauren Lesley Studio, or you can check out my website at laurenlesley.com. I do have a free training in textile design if you're interested in that. So go over to this link here, and links are also in the description if you're interested in getting access to that free training. Right, Bina? Right, Bina? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get new videos, and make sure to click the little bell so that you're notified every time I come out with a new video. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye! Love you!
Let's see if I can warm you